one of the things I've been looking into of late is understanding the formula and toolkit more fully, because I realized that since our last conversation, you spoke about the idea of having no insistence or expectation, and about how that can have a very impactful impact on my experience of my reality and my creation. And also realize that if I want to experience something, it's not enough simply to desire it. I need to be that frequency before
Absolutely.
I see it.
Yes, because the desire is different than the embodied experience of the thing. Oftentimes the desire implies I don't have this yet.
Yes, exactly.
So, yes.
And so embodying it ahead of time, knowing and claiming that I am that person.
Yes.
First allows for and sets up for that spiritual template to then materialize and physicalize.
Yes, exactly. The way you can break this down is to simply imagine the desired reality. Make it very vivid and just watch yourself. Watch how you behave, watch what you're doing, watch how you're acting, watch how you're treating people. Imagine that self who has received the manifestation just living their life. And just watch what they do in all dimensions of their life. Pay attention to the emotional states they're in. Really make it vivid, really make it real, and make a list. How are they feeling? What is their energy like? How do they conceive of other people? How do they conceive of the divine? How do they conceive of themselves? How do they relate to these things? And once you've understood each of those qualities that relate to how that person experiences reality, emulate that. If you find that that imagined self really embodies perhaps the quality of compassion, much more than maybe you do in the moment, that's a wake-up call to say, okay, if I want that reality, I must generate compassion in a bigger way. You might notice maybe they feel very enthusiastic around people or simply around the things they love. That's an invitation to develop greater levels of enthusiasm. And the idea is to make yourself a complete energetic match to the self in the manifested imagery.
And then hold no expectation or insistence on how that's meant to manifest, even if it doesn't manifest.
Exactly, because you'll find you actually stop caring about the manifestation because you'll be in the energy state altogether that represents it. So you won't really care what shows up because all of a sudden you're now in the energy that represents the underlying reason behind your desire in the first place. You don't desire things because of what they actually are. You desire things because of what they represent. So if you get into the energy state of that representation, all of a sudden you've actually experienced really what you were after. So you really stop caring about what shows up. And then you'll notice oftentimes more than what you asked for will show up, or something superior in terms of quality to what you asked for will show up.
Yes, there's been many times in my life, maybe not of late, but definitely in previous years, where I've experienced something, desired it, told myself that it will happen, and dropped it, and not thinking about it ever again until a circumstance came along where it manifests. And I realized a few days ago that it can be that simple. It is that simple.
Exactly, because you don't necessarily know how things will manifest. You don't always know about the timing. Many synchronicities unfold as soon as you invoke a particular manifested reality. Many things start to line up. And remember, the manifestation process is a storyline that's bigger than just you. So many things begin to shift, begin to arrange so that thing can fall into place in a way that is most holistically beneficial for you and all involved. So when you summon these things, really understand you are, in a sense, creating with many people a beautiful masterpiece. And with every masterpiece, time is a variable. A delicate attention to detail with an open mind is a part of that.
Beautiful.